Tipsy, which is a club just like in Canton. It's like a club like you see deportation assistance consulting, $600 in deportation assistance consulting, $400 for Barry's lawyer to go to Manila to represent him at Department of Immigration headquarters, $60 from the notary. So that's $2,300 thereabout, man. So every penny of it. Barry sees the numbers. Barry's not only seen my numbers on the revenue on YouTube Studio, but he's gotten every receipt. Okay, so he knows where every penny's gone. It's no problem. That's why he's all good with it. You know, there's nothing we can do. So, Frank.
Well, key words is nothing you can do, and Barry, and you for being such an asshole, believing that you could help Barry, and pocketing all that money. And that was the whole intent, wasn't it, Licky?
I see you, man. How you doing, man?
No, I'm the one that's actually saying ha ha ha.
Doing well. That's the right thing you're ready to hear. Yeah, so anyways, the trolling, okay? The trolling, that's all I've collected, man. That's all I've collected. The trolling is going to see this new channel, okay? This new channel is just, I mean, all these channels are doing all this charity stuff, and trying to help.
So another scam he's coming up with out of this. Now he wants to do charities. He hasn't learned. I guess the boy hasn't learned yet. I don't know. The guy's he's psychologically imbalanced. I mean, look at him on his show, and he talks about, well, Barry found out I'm going to be in here at least 8 months. Well, you know what? I think he's going to be in there a lot longer than that, because Ricky still doesn't want to mention, and he refuses to mention, that there's a 5-count cyberline case against him. So Ricky's hiding. He's hiding a lot of information pertaining to Barry. That's what he's doing. And there's nothing that's going to help Barry at this point. I mean, I can't think of anything that's going to actually help him out. So the effort that he's making is really for himself, how much money he could collect for himself. And that's why he's living in a piece of shit apartment that nobody would be proud of. It ain't any better than anything that Bubba has ever lived in, that's for sure. And he's saving money because of the Fazio case. That's about what it comes down to. Let's see, nothing. Okay, I'm just writing something here while I'm talking to you guys on here. So Ricky is basically threatening people. I'm living in Cebu now, so watch it. Ricky, you're already in trouble with Fazio. Learn. Quit while you're ahead. And that's why he's living in that cheap-ass apartment. His excuse is, well, I want to, experiment to see if I could, I already pay $240 a month. Well, we all know it's preparation for the lawsuit. He's going to have to give out probably at least 30,000 American bucks is what I'm saying. But I don't know the figure. It could be more than that. And, turn 30,000 into, pesos. That's, fucking A, like 1,300,000 pesos or something like that, if I'm doing my math correctly. So, yeah, he's facing these legal civil situations going on with Michael. And he's putting threats out. But, some people, look what happened to Barry. Barry just didn't learn. Well, Licky is not learning either. He ain't learning from what happened to Barry. He's not learning what happened to him with Fazio. And so you think to yourself, what does it take to get these guys to learn? Well, something's got to happen. Something has to give. Something legally has to give. Okay, he's not getting Barry out. That's bullshit. He's still trying to get more donations and hinting around to do so. As I said, there's no money that's going to help Barry out. And no, he does not have an immigration lawyer. My lawyer spoke to the Bureau of Immigration. You're going to go by his word. You're going to go by an attorney's word. That Barry does not have a lawyer, that he can't afford one. Then, of course, that question comes up. Well, what's happening to all that money, supposedly, that Ricky's raising? Where's it all going? Well, it's going in his pocket. It's going for his Women of the Night challenges. That's where it's going. Now, Licky also realizes, and he makes a lot of hints about it too, that he does have health problems. Maybe that's why he's so haphazard and what he does, because he really doesn't care. He had a brother that died somewhat prematurely that could have lived a lot longer. And maybe he's using his brother as an example. Well, I'm going to go out. I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to fuck people over. What do I got to lose? I'm going to use every woman that I could. But one of these days, he's going to come into one of these women that don't like what they did to him, and they're going to get one of their boys out there and take care of him. Any shit could happen. But these people don't learn until something actually happens. And that's a fact. That's a fact. Now, Barry has a long journey in front of him. Don't listen to what Licky's saying because he's hiding all the information. He does not have an immigration lawyer, but he does like to omit the facts that there is an actual case against Barry. He omits it all the time. 5 counts, and what's involved with that? There's a lot involved with that. That's going to mean extra time in jail for Barry until a court date is reached in Barilli. In Barilli, that's where it's going to happen, in Barilli. So, there's going to be the regional trial court will come up with a date for this case. And I'll be there, and I'll be there with bells on. Let me tell you, man. Knock that smirk off his fucking face every way I fucking can. That's it. You know, I'm looking forward to that day like I've ever looked up to anything, To see him in a fucking court of law, man, that's what I want to see. Okay, and watch him just shiver and piss his fucking pants. That's going to be such joy for me. Trust me when I tell you, it'll be joy for me. And that will happen. So Ricky's not telling you everything, obviously. And, he's trying to say that Barry's having a gay old time in the jail cell. Well, I can assure you that he's not. It's hot, it's sweaty, it's dirty, and he's confined. Oh, sure, maybe they could leave the gate open because they got a guard out there and he's not going anywhere. Okay, so, and his phone privileges, in my understanding, has been taken away from him. So, as far as Ricky saying, oh, Barry's fine, he's doing fine, well, that's Ricky talking, okay? That's not Barry talking, that's Ricky talking. Barry's not doing fine, and great. Sex Pet Hunter, look who's back, look who's back. Yeah. So, don't believe anything that Ricky says on his show. And these are blatant threats he's putting out to me, really, or anybody who is going to step on his toes, basically, is what he's saying. Ricky is in no position whatsoever to fuck with anybody at this point. And he knows it, too. He absolutely knows it.
I think that channel would be valuable to the Philippine YouTube community. Don't you think that a channel that had offices in, let's say, Mandalay, okay, don't you think a channel that had Philippine employees and a media staff and somebody that was out
the guy is clearly out of his fucking mind
there, to confront these expats on not doing the right thing? Don't you think that would be valuable to this community?
And you'll be the best example of that, won't you?
You think that'd be worth something? Huh? Don't you think?
I don't know, man. What do you think? Jail or just his psychological condition? He should have some, be committed or something on there. It's a matter of opinion. Maybe both, really. He's not dealing with, a very sane mind, and I'm being easy on him on that one. Oh yeah, he's making threats to me constantly, and I record all this shit all the time. You can count on that. The guy's a fucking fool. He's really trying to live a life of where he's showing people, because of all this rejection he's had in the States, that I'm going to conquer the Philippines or Thailand, wherever he happens to be at the time. I'm going to get as many women as I can, and I'm going to look like a real alpha male. Well, if anything, he's a beta male, and if anything, he's using these women and abusing them because of what's happened to him in the States. And he's been rejected all his life, and we can see why, for many reasons. The guy's out of his fucking mind. He's got a pig nose, and he's just not doing well in the social department in his whole life. He figures there's a lot of gullible and vulnerable Filipinos and Thai girls out there, so why not take advantage of them? Why not? They're there. Throw a little money their way and keep them company and make them feel like a real man, that he's a real success story out here. When I've always said, if you have to go directly buy your woman to be at your side, you pick them up on a street or on a site and say, I'll give you X amount of money to stay with me, but you got to like the camera. Now, the biggest problem he's having is, that's why his last girlfriend probably left him, is because she didn't really like being on camera, displayed like a piece of meat. And that's what he does. He wants a woman that's willing to be on camera so he could, forward his channel, his subscribers, and do well on the numbers and get donations. And the only way anybody watches his show anyway is not just to watch his insanity, but is to watch him use and abuse these poor Filipino women. And the smart ones walked off and said, "Hey, man, I just don't need this shit." That's what it comes down to. Anyway, I got to do something. I'll be out of here. I did listen to Ricky's show, and it's one big fucking joke. Yeah, Obama is he's not doing well despite what Ricky said, and he doesn't want to mention the 5 counts. He keeps on alluding that. Why, Ricky? Why are you alluding the 5 counts of cybercrime against Barry? Why is that? Because it's convenient for you not to mention it? Barry ain't going anywhere. Barry is not going anywhere. I am making sure of that.